Good morning, everybody. Please mute yourself if you're making a ton of noise. Thank you. So I was just reading my favorite new book, which is The Power of Self-Discipline. And the whole chapter that I read is about investing in yourself and, you know, the power of learning and continuous learning. And one of the things that he pointed out is that you have to make the decision to succeed. I started, for instance, I started at what he talks about is like there's the 20% of the people make 80% of the money in the United States. So those are the 20% are the people who have gone all in to build their businesses, to succeed. They invest in themselves. I started in the 80%, obviously, but through the 5 years of hard work, and I have risen to get to the 20% marker. Now, it all started with a decision. I made the conscious decision to learn this business, to work consistently, to make it happen. And the same can happen for you, but you need to make that decision today. I know that some of you flip-flop. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Then something happens and you stop and you keep holding yourself back. You need to invest in yourself, invest in the time that it takes to learn this business and the skills that you need. One of the recommendations was follow people that are successful, people that you relate to, that maybe you love the way that they run their businesses. Follow them and learn from them. Learn the way they post. What does their power hour look like? What are the activities that they do on a daily basis to push their business forward? And emulate them. Reach out to them and ask them for help and advice. And one of the things that I love that I just read is that most really successful people are willing to help other people succeed as well. So you need to step out of the box and actually reach out to these people and ask for help. Come ready with your questions and be ready to implement, because that's another key to being successful in this business, is not only asking for advice, but actually putting it into practice. So the things that you learn on this call, you need to implement. Guys, can you mute yourselves, please? You need to be coachable. And I can tell you that some of the examples in that book, and I really want you guys to read that book, The Power of Self-Discipline. It's amazing. I love it. It's a super easy read, but it's really powerful. What he said.
That's me. Sorry.
Elaine, you're killing me, Elaine. Mute yourself. Mute audio. Okay. What he said was, not only do you have to ask for advice, but you need to be coachable. And I know that whenever someone tells me, and I don't care who it is, it could be a top coach, it could be anybody in my team that is offering me advice, because I know some of you give me advice all the time. I do implement. I take a look at what I'm doing and I change it. And I revise. If it's even a picture that I remember, for instance, Evelise told me once, can you please stop posting those damn collages? And I said, okay, I'm going to change it. And I changed it and it worked. I listen. I'm coachable. Whatever my life coach tells me to do, whatever homework she gives me, I do it. Why? Because I'm investing in myself, in the long-term success of my business. So I urge you to please start investing in yourself, investing in your success, and implementing the things that you learn. Hold on. Someone is not muted. So we're going to turn it over to our guest speaker today. I'm really happy to have her. Where is she? I lost her. Oh, Susana, there you are. Hold on. Let me get your stats really quick. She is super amazing. We see each other at all the events. And I recently stepped out of my comfort zone and did her team call in Spanish. I was dying. I was so nervous. Thank God Elaine's mom was here. And every time I would get stuck at a word, she would scream it out across the house like, the word is. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So I think it went okay. So she graciously is reciprocating and is here to talk to you guys today. So Susana Garcia Betancourt, she's from Puerto Rico. She's a 5-star diamond in her first CBC, diamond in her second, 1-star diamond at her husband's account, which is amazing. Way to go. She's the only premier coach in Puerto Rico for 2014, and I'm sure she'll be elite this year. She's a mom of one, full-time coach since September 29, 2012. So you're going on 3 years. Way to go. So I'm going to turn it over to her and her perspective. Please take notes and listen carefully to what Susana has to say because she is a really successful coach. Go ahead, Susana.
Well, hi, thank you. Thank you for having me here. For me, it's an honor, of course. In my case, now it's different. I'm the one that has the challenge with the language, so I'll do my best so you guys can hear me. The first thing I would like to say to you guys is that you guys are really, truly blessed. You have an amazing upline. I mean, Becky is an amazing leader, so definitely just hear her every time because I know that once you are a diamond, there are certain times that when your upline says something, it's like your mom is telling you do this, and as sons, in a way, we sometimes don't follow their advices. So just hear her every time she talks. For the ones that don't know me, I'm from Puerto Rico, like she says. I'm a mom. I have a 3-year-old toddler. And I have a bachelor's degree in business management, and I have a master's degree in healthcare services administration. So I basically decided to work in the healthcare industry. I did it for a couple of years. And the reason why is that healthcare has always been my passion. I have always been attracted of helping, in a way or another, helping people be more healthy. I didn't study medicine because I don't have the personality to manage when the patients die. So I decided to go through the health, to the management area. And I have a couple of reasons why I decided to do that. First, I love working with people. I have always worked since I've been 50. Since I was 15, I started working when I was 15 years old. We had a lot of financial issues at home. We lived in a public community, so basically decided to start working on. The second thing is that I was born with a couple of healthcare conditions myself. I'm a breast cancer survivor since 21. I started having surgeries when I was 15 years old, and after that, I have had more than 10 surgeries in my whole life. I'm 35 now. In a way, I also decided to, since I lived a lot of bad experiences, to make a difference and work in the healthcare system. To help patients have health or even the solutions as I did as a patient. So health has been a passion of mine before becoming a Beachbody coach. And in a way, I know that throughout all the experiences, maternity changed my life. I had the blessing of achieving basically everything that I wanted. I had a great position. I was a CEO in a hospital here in the island. I was working more than 12 hours a day, long weekend hours. I was sacrificing a lot. And when I had Perla, which is my daughter, throughout the maternity leave, everything changed. It was like I had something in my gut that I really wanted to stay with her. And I actually prayed a lot. I actually said to God, please send me something because I don't want to. I didn't have any family member to take care of her, so she was definitely going to go to a daycare. And I didn't want that. And when she was 2 months old, I was still here. I met Beachbody through Facebook. I became a regular customer, nothing about the business at all. After a week of becoming a customer, my coach, she actually sent me a message saying that if I wanted to become a coach, and I saw it as an opportunity to have the discount. So I'm a discount coach. I, changed to a discount coach after a week, and I didn't do anything at all for the first couple of months. I actually changed. It was April 2012, but I didn't do anything at all until July that same year, when I decided to go to attend my first event here in the island. Events are a turning point, and we have always emphasized that. So that's very important. And I decided to attend a small event here in the island, and I went with my husband. My husband is he's very, I don't know how to say incrédulo. How do you say incrédulo in English? I don't know. But he has a hard time believing. My husband, he's a CPA and a lawyer. I'm sorry?
Non-believer?
Non-believer, yes. He's a non-believer. He's a CPA and a lawyer. So he has the two careers that they need to see the facts, they need to see the numbers for them to understand that it works. And he went with me to that meeting. And after we left there, both of us understand that I needed to do this in order to stay with my daughter. So after that, I committed. I was an Emerald coach in that day. It was July 14. I don't remember. I don't forget it because it was a really important day. It was July 14, 2012. And before August 14, 2012, I was already a diamond. So I worked really hard. It was less than a month. After that, we took a very risk. Usually the Beachbody coaches, they don't usually do this. They usually wait until they are earning, a little bit, not close to what they earn in the regular jobs to leave their job. But I didn't do it. My daughter was a baby, and I talked with my husband, and he said, okay, leave your job, start doing this, take care of Perla, and I will support you 100%. So we took a risk. We took a very high pay cut because I was earning a lot of money. But it was the best decision I have ever taken. I don't regret it. I think that there's nothing that can compare to the amazing experience I have been able to live, seeing my daughter, seeing her, giving her first steps, saying the first words, giving her the food. If she's sick, I'll stay with her. This has changed my life. And I'm blessed for that. So today, that's a little bit of me. So today, Becky asked me to talk to you guys two things. First, how to balance your business and your coaches, and also how to help them grow. So I have a couple of tips. I divided them in two. Well, let's go first to how I balance my business and my coaches. Well, the first thing is that, and you have heard me a couple of times saying it, but you have to look out for God. God has to be present in your life. It has to be the center of your life. There's no way that any successful person can achieve their goals if God is not the center of their lives. So if you are not actively looking for God, that would be my first recommendation, because that makes a huge difference in the business. And it's the only way that when those hard times are coming, because they're gonna come, this is a regular business, so you're gonna have ups and downs, like Darren Hardy says on his roller coaster book. It's God that is gonna help you lead the way. So that would be my first recommendation. Just attend. Go to a place where you congregate with people that share your same faith, and just recharge your relationship with God on a weekly basis. That's very important. The second thing is you need to take a day off, and I'm saying it because when you start in this business, and even as a diamond, when you start, saying, okay, I want to go star diamond and, reach and go to 15 star diamond, sometimes we get so caught up in the daily activities that, we forgot that we need to rest. And sometimes it means sacrificing a lot of family time. And this is something I learned a couple of, maybe 1.5 years, 2 years after. So you need to take a day off. It's very important. At least one day off where you don't do anything, just family or focus, focus on the family time and on God and all the good things you have in life. And because people can wait. The clients can wait. The coaches can wait a day. And if you let them know in advance, that's a good day. If you let them know in advance that you are going to be off, my coaches know my day off is Sunday. They can reach me. They can send me messages, and I'll let them know. I might reply to you, but it's going to take longer. Okay. And for my clients, I also say when I welcome them to my challenge group, I let them know what are my business hours, just in case they write, because customers, they can write at any time, like coaches. Sometimes they forget that we do have a life. So I let them know also that I work at certain times, and they're going to be on Sundays. I'm not going to reply to my clients at all. So it's a good. That's the second recommendation. Take a day off. Do something fun, something that you enjoy. A lot of us, sometimes we do decide to not, like, for example, I love watching HGTV. HGTV is one of my favorite channels. I can spend the whole day watching it. So on Sundays, I might sit down and watch it for a little bit. I might, go with my daughter to the park, the pool, or, just have fun time. That's going to recharge your battery. It's going to avoid you getting burned out. And during this time of the year, actually last semester is the hardest, at least for me. That's how I see it. Because you feel like you have worked so hard for the first semester. And then it's like sometimes you get what you want, but not all the time. And you need to have that extra push. And if you have that day off, it's going to make a big difference throughout the whole week. So have that. The third thing I do to balance my business and my coaches, I started using equity scheduling. I know you guys have heard a lot throughout all the successful coaches. I do use it so my coaches can, separate time to talk to me. So my clients can also separate time to talk to me. I usually, equity scheduling, thank you. So my coaches, and even if I'm going to schedule calls with like prospects and all those things, I usually use equity to stay on track. So that helps me a lot, and it's a good service. The fourth thing is that to work with my coaches, the first 15 days of the month are mine. I can be active, of course, every day. I go to my team page and I will post something, but the active follow-up with my leaders, it comes after the 15, because my goals is that I need to achieve Success Club before I usually set it up the first 5 days of the month, and I can have a couple of more before the 15, and then after that is when I really start working with my leaders. And what I do with them is that I actually set a reminder in my cell phone to not forget, because if not, I forget it. I set a reminder every 3 days. I will send them a message. I set an alarm, and the alarm says, time to reach your coaches. So I actually set an alarm every 3 days after the 15th of each month. And I will start just sending them message or audio messages to first, of course, the newest leaders. And then I will send to the newest leaders every 3 days, to my old and veteran coaches once a week. Okay, just messages. Every time I send a message and we start, chatting, I ask them if they need if they need to talk to me, they can just, schedule their time, so they know that they have that option. Okay, and I use the reminder, the alarms, because if I don't do it that way, I'm gonna forget about it. Okay, those were the first tips. Okay, and to help my coaches be successful, I do a couple of things. First is that I set goals higher. I'm a very aggressive in terms of helping a lot of people each month. So I actually set the example. Like we have always said, lead by example. That's the first thing you need to do as a coach. I mean, if you want your coaches to be successful, you need to do it. If you want them to do their workouts, you need to do it. If you want them to invite, you need to do it. If you want them to do personal development, which is one of the biggest challenges for my leaders as we speak, I need to do personal development. And like Becky mentioned, you need to work on yourself first, and that's going to help you become a better coach. So set the bar high each month. Don't stay on the comfort zone. Once you start doing this business, every day, you might get in the comfort zone, and then things start changing, and then you might see that your business not necessarily is working as you want to. That's when you need to sit down, reevaluate what you were doing, which month you were more successful, and try to repeat what you were doing then. Because it's normal. It's normal. I mean, since we're doing this every day, we might be comfortable, sit down, and maybe, okay, we're achieving what we want, but that's cool with me. I don't want to do a little bit more. And that might, if you take that step up, that can change. Okay, so set the bar high. Second, I have a library. I have a Transformers, I call it, my team is called Transformers. It's a Transformers team library. I have a Google Drive. I don't know if you guys use it, but I do have the library. And what do I have in my library? I have everything, literally everything. And the library is accessible to all my downline, not only my coaches, but also my downline coaches. In the library, I do have templates to orientation, to customer orientations, the steps to how to order. I do have how to respond to almost every objection ever. How to, of course, the clean eating guide, I do have it there so they can use it themselves. I do have the coach opportunity guide also, and I'm preparing a 21-day challenge group guide in our style, like the Boricua style, not like the Beachbody style, because it would be a guide. I'm in the process of creating that as we speak. 21 days of different posts that they can use as part of their challenge groups. At first, we're going to start with 21, but my plan is, I'm working with my diamonds as well in this initiative, is that we create like how do you say, it's like, it's not a database, but like a big bank of different posts that they can just choose the ones they like and post at least once daily in their challenge groups. So all of that is in and that and more is in the Transformers Team library, and they have access through their cell phone, so that makes it easier and duplicatable at the same time. The third tip I have for helping my coaches is that the first 90 days, I'm their mom, literally. I mean, the Latin community is a little bit different. I mean, at least here in Puerto Rico, of course. The Puerto Rican coaches are a little bit different. And so during the first 90 days, I basically am their mom. They actually run with me in my challenge groups. They run with me in my clean eatings as well, if they want to. And they also run with me in the Coach Opportunity Week. They are with me all together. I usually say to them when they become new coaches, you need to stick with me throughout the first 90 days. After your first 90 days, you are a bird ready to fly. Because, and I let them know that up from the beginning. I didn't do that at first, and I'm doing it now. So they know that they need to learn fast. They need to take advantage of my coach basics, which of course I do every month. And I actually let them put their coaches in my coach basics for the first 90 days. I mean, if they are with me, they started, for example, they started now in September, they're going to be with me throughout all my initiative up until November, December. And then after that, they're ready to do their thing, because that's their chance of learning how I do it so they can do it themselves. Of course, if they feel ready, if they want to do it by themselves before, good for them. But most of them, they usually stick with me. And also with the challenge groups, I've noticed that in our case, it helps them a lot, because when you start, and I know probably this happens to you guys, but when I first started and I had my first client, I had my group. I didn't have any, I didn't join my upline challenge group. So I just had one person, and that felt awkward at first, because you feel like you're posting to just one person. So that's why I let them put their people in my challenge group for their first 90 days. And then after that, they need to take them and move them to their group. So I'm their mom, but then after that, they run by themselves. Another tip I also wanted to share with you, and in your case, this might be a challenge, but you can also make it work it out. I do monthly meetings, like physical meetings. I move, of course, in Puerto Rico, it's an island, so I can go to whatever place I want to in a 5-hour span. But I do have coaches that live in the States, so I provide Zoom access to the ones that live in the States. But the ones that are close to me or the ones that live in where I live, they come to where I'm in. I have done it at my house. I actually have done it also. I've done it at other coaches' houses. I have other diamond coaches' houses, and we'll go there physically, and we'll spend actually 3 hours. We do it the first Saturday of every month. And what do we do in these monthly meetings? First, it helps to get the team more together because, live meetings. Live meetings. It helps the team more together because they have the opportunity of meeting in face. So they develop a very strong relationship, and they are willing more to help each other in the process. So I do that. Also, what topics do I choose? I usually see them throughout the month, and those topics that I know that they are struggling, those are the ones that I'm going to talk in the monthly meeting that we have. I don't run them by myself as well. I have identified all my coaches, or at least my personally sponsored coaches' strength. For example, I do have a girl that is she's an amazing in marketing. She does super cool arts and stuff. And the last meeting I have 2 weeks ago, she lives in Orlando, and we of course we did a Zoom with her, and she did a full training on how to use Canva, for example, to the team, and they were super excited because now they are changing their profile, how they look. It looks more professional, and that's very important element in the process. So identify your leaders, the ones that you feel close to. Identify their strengths. Usually, if you use a form when they join your team, just to, when they talk about them and you ask them about their family, usually if you don't have it, include a question about what do you think you're good at that will help you in this business. And then when you start, that's what I do. When I'm going to talk about a topic and I see that one of my coaches is good at it, you are going on the spot. And it doesn't matter what type of rank that person is. It's just an opportunity for that person to work, to share their strength, and also to be more comfortable talking with people and in public, and that helps them in the process as well. So identify that and use it. I use it for my, and of course we celebrate. We celebrate Success Club, new ranks, everything we do it. So I do it every first Saturday of the month. I give them during summertime. Sometimes I might give them a month where we don't have a meeting, but I do a family day. I've also done a couple of family days here on the island where we don't talk anything about Beachbody. It's just fun time, like pool time, barbecue, the husbands are together, the kids are having fun, and it's also another chance of getting the team united, because once your leaders are, once they are connected, they're gonna be more loyal to you. They're gonna feel comfortable, and it's gonna help the team grow in the long term. And the last tip, and this is the last tip, I'm sorry. The last thing I do is working with those committed coaches, because of course we know that at the end of the day, you need to focus your energy towards those that are showing with their actions that they want to do this business successfully. I actually have not like a committee, but it's like a leader separate initiative where I have those that are truly committed. And if I'm gonna do, like, if I have an idea of something, or if they have an idea that might help the team in any way, we do like Zooms, and that it would be like once a month, every 3 weeks. And also what I did with these groups, the ones that were committed, is that I put them apart in a inbox chat and in a group, and we call it el desahogo. How do you say desahogo in English? I don't know. Desahogo is like when you are saying
venting. When you want to vent.
Exactly. Vent. Okay, good. So basically venting. Okay, exactly. We call them the venting group. Okay, because what? It's not like everything is negative. No. It's a group of where they can write down their challenges that they might have, and the other leaders will give them support. And it's like a place where they can not only receive like leader support, but also in their transformation as well. Because what I have seen here in the island is that a lot of the coaches, they might struggle, and it has been to me as well, with their transformation in the process. It depends, of course, but we know that the transformation part is a challenge for a lot of people. And this group, particularly with the leaders, I'm not talking about customers, just coaches. With the committed coaches, the one that really want to work it out, one of the things I actually asked them when we first created the group was that what you are struggling with. What are the things that you know that you need to get better in order for you to be more successful? And a lot of them say, I need to come in with my transformation. And I said, fine, cool. Okay, let's do a group where we don't only talk about business, but we're also gonna share our transformation as well. And because why? Because the transformation is part, of course, of the complying with the pre-audit behaviors. So it's just a group where they can just talk about whatever. And it has helped us a lot, because in that group, they feel more free to say it's on their mind without seeing, okay, I cannot post this in my team page because my other leaders are gonna see me, saying something, I don't know, like saying something weird. I feel more we're having difficulty with our transformations in our challenge groups because of our customers. They don't need to know that. I mean, they know that we might struggle, but it's like a very thin line where you can say certain things and others you cannot. Well, this group with the leaders has helped us as well. So I actually started this recently, and I'm seeing them losing weight, which is a good thing, and getting like fitter. And also they are getting more committed with their business, because once they start complying with all the behaviors, they see their changes in their businesses as well. So basically, this is all my tips. I don't know if you guys have any questions that you might want to ask me. Okay. And I hope it helps.
Thank you so much. You had some amazing tips. I love the idea of the empowerment group, your leader group, and I love the family day and the in-person meetings. I think we have a big team in Miami, and we don't use that enough to connect in person with our team. And I think that could be a powerful source of bonding and loyalty, and just deeper friendships. I love that.
And you guys are rocking it without it. Imagine if you're doing it.
I love that.
Amazing.
What else did I hold on? Who does it? Before I go on who has a question for Susana? Evelise, you unmute yourself.
Hola.
Hola. Hi.
Let me ask you a question, because I know we have somebody, we have a few of us that don't speak Spanish. How long are your coach training groups? Do you have them for 90 days?
No.
No? Okay.
No, my Coach Basics is 21 days. I started for 60, didn't work. The attention span is 0. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then I did 30, and with the 21, it's good.
Are you using the things that we have in the back office? Because I went in there, and we have one, Becky and I, we're running one in Spanish.
Uh-huh.
The information there is not that good. And the links for the videos, they don't have them in Spanish. What do you do?
You need to create them. That's what I did. And I mean, if you have other diamonds, this is what I did at first. When I was, I mean, and I'm still small if I compare, of course, to Becky, but I mean, when I was starting, what I did, I gathered my diamond coaches, and this is maybe something that you guys can do between, you know, Becky and all of you. What I did was I divided the topics with my diamonds. I say, okay, which topic do you feel more comfortable talking about? Okay, I feel talking about inviting, whatever, okay. So this, I went to the Coach Basics, I chose that lesson, and you are gonna talk about it. You're gonna do the video for it in Spanish. And you might have another one that might talk about the other topics, you know, so you can split that between you guys. So it's a team effort, and you guys don't feel like you're doing the whole Spanish thing. Right now, I'm working on the Spanish translation with the new version because, of course, we don't have it. We don't have it yet. So I pay for someone in the Elands.
It's gonna be available soon. I was just gonna say I'll message Kim Carver and ask him because they said
it was supposed to be like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it. I of course I'm not gonna implement it as it is. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna, you know, incorporate on what I already have. But that's what I do. You don't need to do the whole thing yourself. And even if you're a diamond, you can work with your emeralds. Just talk to your emeralds and say, and that's good because it's gonna make them more, you know, compromise with you. Talk to your emeralds and say, okay, let's do this. We can do this training. Let's see the topics. Which ones do you think are important? And you are gonna do this. You're gonna do that. You know that, and then you will put it all together.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's split. What is it? Divide and conquer. That way we can get it done fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna message Kim Carver and ask him because I love Coach Basics 2.0.
Yeah.
The new one is amazing. So, I mean, they told us at the Hispanic launch that we had a couple weeks ago that it would be ready. So I'll follow up with him and Craig today to see what the deal is.
What the status of that, yeah.
Anybody else? Thank you. Evelise. Jeanette?
I love your tips, Susana. Especially, you know, I struggle with spending time with all
Remove
my...
that word, Jeanette.
Huh?
I currently am challenged with, stop saying struggle. I hate that word.
I'm currently challenged with trying to keep up with all my coaches and how much time that I give them. So I love the idea of the last 15 days to really talk to them. And the alarm thing, I'm totally going to use.
Yeah.
With your new coaches, the messages, how much are you pushing in? How do you put the line of too much pressure to hit Success Club? Like, how do you balance that?
You know, I'm the type of coach that I don't like to push them at all. I mean, I'm not the type of, you need to do it. Yeah. No, that's not me. No, I cannot do it because, I mean, I usually message them. What I do is that I send them a voice message or, you know, writing message saying, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Okay, good. How are you talking to certain amount of people? How close are you to achieving Success Club? Just remember that it's important. That's it. Very, very subtle, nothing pushy. Because I don't know. I mean, this is something that I actually talked about with my corporate, you know, leader, because I cannot do it. I didn't need it. And if you think of yourself when you were in the process of developing your business, do you need that push-up? Do you need someone to tell you to do it? Most of us, the answer is no. If someone wants to do it, they're gonna do it. It's like, and it's hard to understand. And believe me, I constantly have like headaches about this because it's like, I mean, why you are not doing it? Because they don't want it. Yeah. They don't want to do it.
It all goes back to that. It does. It goes back to desire.
Exactly, it's desire. It's the passion. It's that you really want to do it. What's your why? So that's why I don't push them. I will send them like cool messages. How are you? How you doing? You know, I'm here to help you. If they send me, this is something that I'm doing now. If they send me their BAT, because usually in here in Puerto Rico they don't like to use it as well. But if they send me their BAT, I will give them feedback as well on the call, on the voice or the writing, saying, okay, I went to your page, I saw that you're doing this good, this you need to improve, but only to the ones that send me the BAT. If they don't send it, you're not getting my feedback.
So you don't go chasing?
No. And maybe that's something that I can change, but I mean, it's not my style. It's like, I didn't need it. It's like, I'm not going to push. I can inspire you. I can share with you the things that I have achieved as a Beachbody coach, all the trips and all the things. But at the end of the day, is their thing. And you know what my husband tells me? Every time he says this to me, I want just to like throw him with something and hit him in the face. He says, if you are having struggles, challenge, if you're having a challenge with the ones you have, it means that you need to recruit more people.
Amen. Amen.
That's his answer. He said with this face, honey, keep looking for new people. That's what he says. Amen. And I'm like, yeah, but it's true. It's true.
It's true.
It's true. No, it again, it all goes back to that. If the ones that you have are not producing, find better people. Find people who are like you, recruit more, change. You got to switch it up. Find new people. Fill your organization with different people. At the end of the day, you cannot, it's like that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
And you know something, and this was a tip that actually Anita gave me. I talked to her once, and something I did need to change the way how you share the business opportunity in your page. You need to make sure that the way you're writing, and even posts about Shakeology or transformations or whatever, you need to make sure that the posts that you're writing, when you write them, you need to think how, what's the type of people you want to attract. Yeah. You cannot post because you need to post. You know what I mean? You need to think, okay, if I want to attract professionals, are my posts attracting those type of people? And you're going to see a big difference if you change the way you post.
Exactly. Just like I think Nancy said it, one of my coaches the other day, it's like you got to tailor your post like if you're talking to yourself. If you're trying to find someone like you, then write it the way that it would catch your attention, because then you'll find people like you through those posts.
Exactly.
It's at this level in the game, guys, you need to really be put thought into your post. It's not something that you just slap together, like she said, because you need to post. No, you gotta have an idea. Again, that book Start With Why gives you a lot of in-depth, and always your posts have to have some kind of reason. It's gotta have a story. It's gotta have a point.
Exactly.
It has to have a purpose.
It has to have a purpose.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, can I just say something?
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm doing with my leaders is that I have to set the tone first. So if I ask them, if I said that Success Club is a non-negotiable, I have to make a non-negotiable for me first. Mm-hmm. So if I tell them, come on guys, we got it, we got to achieve Success Club because that's how you measure the growth of your business. But if I don't achieve Success Club, there's no way that they're going to follow my lead. Mm-hmm. So as leaders, we have to step up and we got to do it first.
Lead from the front.
Put the pressure on us so they can see what we're doing. And that's what I've been doing with them, it pushes me to work even harder, because if I am asking them, is a non-negotiable, like I feel like I'm telling that to myself, so Yari, you gotta do it so you can show your team that you're doing. So it's as a matter of fact, I'm listening to you, Susana. I was just like thinking, I'm not gonna say we gotta hit Success Club. I'm gonna say, how can I help you get there? Because it's better than just be like, you have to achieve Success Club.
Yeah,
exactly.
How can I help come to this business not to find another boss?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We're not their boss. We have to learn how to empower our coaches to see the vision, to empower them to grow, empower them to want to succeed, not force it down their throats, because then it's not fun.
Exactly.
It's not fun. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Because how much time have we got?
Wait, no, Susana, our team is, if you have an iPhone, our team is using Text Timer, which is a text message. How would you describe it? It's
reminder.
You can schedule your text messages. Like my Samsung has a feature that you can type the message and then schedule it. So like things like that, you can.
So it's text timer. And if okay.
Cool.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah.
We all learned that recently.
So Susana, we also do use, and we'll wrap it up now. We also have a Google Doc. We're late to the game. I created this, it's called the Diesel Nation Resources about 3 months ago, and it has all our scripts and all our resources. And it, right now we're in the transition phase of making sure that new coaches are using them. So I am like throwing it down their throats, like you have to use it.
It's a very powerful thing.
Scripts and resources. And would you be willing to share with us your clean eating? I'll give you the link to my files if you share with me.
The objection.
We don't have anything in Spanish.
Yeah, I will send you my clean eating, and if you need, I can also send you the coach shop. Of course, you're gonna see my videos and the videos from my leader.
We can recreate them at a later point. One of the things that you'll see in the Diesel Nation, I'm not gonna say it's our Diesel Nation resources, is a hammer and chisel launch plan that I actually got from Barbie Kalev, and it's amazing. So that's something you can implement with your team now, is how do you get your customers and coaches ready for December with that launch of hammer and chisel. So, okay.
Becky,
Anybody
can
else?
you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going into a doctor's appointment. Susana, I have several coaches that were family members that live in Puerto Rico. And a lot of them have quit because they keep saying que, nadie tiene dinero, things are tight, which I understand. I mean, here in the States, things are tight. So I don't understand why I'm constantly getting my coaches in Puerto Rico. The kickback is that, people don't have the money for it. They're doing Herbalife, or they're doing some other batida that's cheaper. I know here in the States, we're struggling as well, and we have the same objection. So what am I missing since I'm not over there? Because I know that they're successful coaches. I see it.
I'm telling you, it's the people. I can tell you by my experience. Of course, someone asked me the other day, how's your business doing after all the financial things have been happening here? For me, it has been running, exactly the same. Actually, these months have been weird, but for the rest of it, I have not had any trouble, and it's just that culturally we're different. And this, of course, this is not a topic that we need to talk about this now, but the Puerto Rican culture is another thing.
I know. And so then, since I'm not there, I'm like,
you need to.
I'm thinking in my head, coño, we're suffering here too. Like, I don't understand why I'm getting all this from my own family that is like pushing back.
No, you need to find more people and a lot of personal development. One of the struggles, the challenge here, I'm trying to follow her advice. One of her challenge here is that the people, they don't like to read. They don't like to do any audio or any reading. And if they don't work with their mind, nothing's gonna work. Not only his body, nothing is gonna work.
No, I just read that in the book. It says it.
No, thank you.
You implement and you grow as a person. You have to invest in your mind.
I thought that it was just excuses that they're telling themselves, but I'm like, I have to talk to these coaches that are making it happen where she's saying that she can't make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you, Aidette. Well, guys, that was an amazing call. Thank you so much, Susana. It was a pleasure to have you on. And, whatever you need from us, we're a team. At the end of the day, we're Hispanics, we're a team, we're Team Beachbody. So you have us and you have our support. Let's take a quick picture before we hang up. Everybody get ready, look pretty. My hair looks like a hot mess. Ready? Everybody smile. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you so much. Yes.
Becky, someone asked me before leaving. Someone asked me which books am I recommending. The ones that I start, of course, the Compound Effect in Spanish. Also, Slight Edge is in Spanish as well, from Jeff Olson. And the third one, which is the first one I said them to read, is Cómo Construir Líderes from Big Al. Cómo construir líderes de mercadeo. I'm trying to look for it, but I don't have it here. Send me
the name.
Yeah, I will send you the name. I will send you Becky so you can just share with them. That's the first one they read. That's the first one they need to read.
Okay. And what I've been doing now is I have a life coach, but I listen to audios. I don't like to read too much. I like to listen and watch the thing. So anything that sparks your creativity or your mind, I mean, YouTube is the best resource. Just get on there, listen to a 5-minute video. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And people who don't like audio, start them there. Start them on short videos that speak to you, that can help them grow. So guys, next week, I think we're going to have my sister on. So that's it. We have one more week for 15 star. Next Thursday will be a superstar team. And it's all because of you guys. And thank you so much.
Go. You go.
Thank you. You go, Becky.
All right, guys. Have a great day. Make it a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.